Now, Israel has confirmed it attacked suspected chemical weapons and missile sites in Syria on Sunday. It said to stop them falling into the hands of extremists. It also says it will keep a limited troop presence in what's described as a buffer zone inside Syria, where UN peacekeepers are based. The foreign minister described this as a limited and temporary step, saying Israel wasn't interested in meddling in Syrian affairs. Well, let's speak now to our correspondent in Jerusalem, John Donnison. So, John, are some questioning that issue of whether Jerusalem, Israel, does want to meddle in Syrian affairs?
I think so, yes. I was just looking at a statement from the Egyptian foreign minister, very critical of this move by Israel to seize the Syrian positions within that buffer zone that you mentioned, which is a strip of land 10 kilometres wide at its widest point, 200 metres wide at its narrowest point. Israel announced yesterday that it was going to go in there and secure the areas that borders the occupied Golan Heights. But I mean, I imagine there are people in Syria who aren't too happy about it. And as I say, some of the other Arab countries in the region also.
And what more do we know about the strikes on missile and chemical weapon sites, we're told?
Well, only that the Israelis have confirmed that they carried out those strikes yesterday. Now, we haven't had any confirmation from the Syrian side, and certainly one would hope that when you strike chemical weapons facilities, there isn't any contamination. We certainly haven't had any reports of that. But, you know, that was one of Israel's biggest concerns, is the fact that we know that Bashar al-Assad used and had stockpiles of chemical weapons. The Israelis do not want that falling into rebel hands. And they're also worried about other military equipment, missiles, as you suggested in your question. But also, of course, Syria had an air force, it had fighter jets, it had anti-aircraft weapons, and Israel doesn't want those falling into rebel hands.
John, thank you very much for that update. John Donnison in Jerusalem.